This is literally something, a pose and the same position that Cardi has done. When I saw it on Twitter one day, I was like, wait, that looks familiar. When I saw the Cardi one, I was like, let's talk about Osamason, because I feel like it is getting to the point where the jig is starting to get up. Pause. It's starting to like get a little bit old, because he was cosplaying as Ken Carson's creative director or producer or whatever you want to call him for A Great Chaos, somebody who's associated with him somewhat. I wouldn't say necessarily opium, but they called him out finally, because I feel like Osamason was repping like Cardi and Ken Carson aesthetic, sound, everything basically, and growing and growing and growing. But it got to the point where like he just stepped a little bit too far, because he put on the, what was it, what brand is it with like the holes where Ken Carson for A Great Chaos, it was like the iconic mask for that album. And then he got the diamond grills with like the fangs, which I guess everyone has fangs, so I wasn't even completely sure if that's a thing. But finally they basically said, chillax, bro.
So wait, so Osamason been like acting like King Carson for real now? Ain't no way, bro.
Stop cosplaying as another rapper, because at a certain point it's just gonna get corny. And I'm not like, Osamason definitely was very successful in growing, because you have to be a clone of somebody at first, and so he was doing it until it stopped working. And I think it is still working, but at a certain point you gotta be yourself, right? He is the top in underground though because of that, because Ken Carson is like the top of his generation, or one of them, other than like Yeet. Is there anybody else? Maybe Lone, even though Great Chaos was sold more than Alone. But anyway, so Nick Spiders, again, somebody associated with Ken in a little bit. Cosplayers, let me know when they got something original. These were all of his credits for A Great Chaos. He produced Singapore, album cover by him, creative director, merch, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So anyway, we all know Osamason's doing this on purpose. Okay. So he knows what's going to get him attention, and it has worked, but I don't know. It might get stale. It might get stale. Or will it not? You tell me. What was, okay, look, this is the mask I was talking about. Ken mask, Ken Carson mask. It's probably gonna have like some serial killer that just like the Silence of the Lambs, that thing with the holes. What brand is this? What brand is that? Because then Ken did that. I mean, sorry, Osamason. They're basically the same people at this point. Where are you, buddy? Right here. That thing. Is that high fashion street style? Is that Rick Owens? It's Rick. Oh, okay. So basically anything black, you're just gonna assume it's either Balenciaga or Rick. I guess those are breathing holes. That would be cool to snowboard in, because you got some air. Whereas a lot of the other ski masks just like cover your mouth completely. So how are you gonna breathe? But still, let's see what people said in the comments. Osamason's doing it on purpose. At this point, bro already found his own sound with Flex music. To be honest, yeah. When I heard pop, I knew it was over. I knew Osamason found a new kind of, like, he got his own sound where he's not completely just Ken Carsoned out completely, or completely opiumed out. Like he actually knows how to make some unique music, whereas before it was still kind of like a carbon copy, just like an underground version of Ken Carson. But I actually think that he is here to stay, as much as I do think that people might turn on him a little bit. But at a certain point, he's actually making jokes instead of trying to actually be Ken Carson. He's just doing it for the clout purposely, and everyone can see that. So it's less corny when he's just trolling everybody, you know what I mean? I think Osamason donk dick ride Ken swag as much as y'all paint him to be. Like, his music and swag is in the same lane as Ken, yes, but I think it's different. That's just me though. Bruh, he literally wears the fucking mask. He does even the poses. If you go to his Instagram, dude. Let's see this. This is literally something, a pose and the same position that Cardi has done. When I saw it on Twitter one day, I was like, wait, that looks familiar. When I saw the Cardi one, I was like, wait, isn't that what Osamason just posted before? See, Cardi accidentally posted on bro account. That's what I'm saying. It's not a stretch. It's not a stretch. Here, wait. Let me see if I can find it. We're gonna find this shit. Okay. Only OGs remember this Playboy Cardi post back in 2019. Okay, that's a meme though. That is a meme. I'm trying to find where the original photo is. That's not Cardi, that's Osama's. No shit, bro. It is that deep though. It is. Because as we already know, he already did this, okay? Which is cool. Like, it's just influence.
Nah,
that's fine.
That shit.
But then when you're going back to like pictures of like in front of the car or like in the car seat, like I'm telling you, there is an exact picture that looks like that in the car that's paying homage. No, okay, yeah, the cover art is paying homage.
God damn,
what is that? but when you go to when you go into like the deep, like super rare pictures that people don't even know about, that's more than just paying homage. But regardless, who cares? Go to Cardi archive, whatever. You get the point. You can go look it up. Just, he better be careful. He's still on the side of, he's still growing, but at a certain point, people might turn on him for just trying to be a clone, although he's being a troll. So as long as he keeps that kind of like fun vibe to it, just being like, I'm playing around, whatever, then he's still gonna grow. But once he starts thinking that he's actually up because of himself, which I'm not saying that he doesn't have good music, but he's up because he's cosplaying as Ken Carson and Playboy Cardi a little bit. Do I do skincare? No, sir. I don't do any of that shit. I don't even wipe my ass. No, I'm playing. I think Ken's getting mad too about it though. Just with how much Osamason been doing it. Because he's pushing the boundaries a little bit. Like, you can do it every couple of weeks maybe, just to get your clickbait in, to get your blog posts. But when you're doing it every couple of days and just stealing clout, and then you're making the creative director of Ken Carson, which, you know, with Opium, where they don't actually respond to anything themselves, but their camp does. So then people are gonna think that Ken Carson was actually the one responding to Osamason doing all that bullshit. And so I can see why Ken would be mad, because it makes him look bad. It makes him look salty, because then people are gonna be like, well, if he's mad, then that means he sees a threat and blah blah blah.